Let me introduce you to a new deck of mine. Umbrus, Fear Manifest. So Umbrus cares about horror creatures, so whenever it or another nightmare or horror enters the battlefield under your control, target opponent exiles the top card of their library until they exile a land card. And then gains +1/+1 for each card in your opponent's exile. Now, I've been talking to some of my friends about this one, and I've been catching some strays about this, because the Furbies got a reprint into it. But sadly, this has actually been sitting on my nightstand as something to build since Baldur's Gate. And I wanted to do one really specific thing with it, but I just wasn't ready to do it yet because I wasn't as good of a Magic player as I am today as I was when I originally saw this creature. And also, I've been waiting for Wizards' design team to finish this war that they seem to be having with the Legend rule. So the idea of the deck is simple. We copy the shit out of my commander. And you know, I truly and honestly am not kind of here for like having multiple versions of my commander out there. Like this one gives flying, there's some that give shield counters, yada yada yada. Because if a copy of Umbrus enters the battlefield, it goes with the trigger. But then the Umbrus that I had on the field originally will see a new Umbrus enter the battlefield and then trigger again. If I can get my commander to have multiple copies, then basically it'll exponential. And whether or not you have the right amount of lands in your deck, or if you're running MDFCs or anything else, we'll just keep exiling until this thing becomes big enough that I can start one-shotting people. And I am going to surprise a lot of people that know me, but I don't really play control decks because of one fatal flaw with control decks, and that is they can't end the game. I only need you to have 20 cards in exile for me to be able to one-shot somebody. And for as much as I'm planning to do this, and for as much as people's cards just remain in exile for any number of things, you know, if they're plotted, or if they're suspended, or anything else. Like, there's some people's decks that are built around suspending and putting their cards into exile, and my commander will just get better for it. And one caveat to this is, like, I gotta kind of spread the love, but it counts opponents in totality, so I don't even really have to worry about the fact that, like, if I eliminate somebody, all of their cards that are in exile kind of go away. So we are kind of doing the mill thing, except we don't really care to be doing the mill thing. We're just kind of controlling the board a little bit and wiping their graveyard as much as humanly possible, bunkering down until we can get Umbrus on the field, and then, you know, maybe give her in, you know, some sort of evasion, and then swing for lethal. This is going to be on my Mox field. It's not a finalized list yet because we're still kind of tweaking everything, and it definitely needs some work right now, but I finally put it together, and I'm ready to give everyone a recurring nightmare.